more Fanime. What's up, everybody? Today, I want to review Chapter 1095 of the One Piece manga. Oh yeah, this bad boy is getting serious, people. We are heading into one of the greatest flashbacks in One Piece history. I can feel it. It's in my bones right now. I can't imagine Oda is teasing us for no reason. There's no way we're just gonna have a little sneak peek and get on out of there without explaining a shit ton of stuff we've all been waiting for. Yes, people, we have made it to the God Valley flashback. This shit is amazing, and I cannot wait until next week when the next chapter comes out. I cannot wait until this entire flashback is over, and I'm predicting it'll be over within 5 chapters so we can get to 1100. I could be wrong. It might even go another 10 chapters and just peak at 1100, and then slow, like maybe we'll go up, big event, super event, and then come down and then go back to Egghead Island. That's another option. But let's get right into it. Chapter 1095. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps your boy out. This chapter cover is a reader request, which again, I'm tired of reader requests. This time it's our boy Buggy. His nose got chopped off, and a little monkey took his nose. And at first I read that and I was like, hold on here a sec. Hold on here, Oda. We all know Buggy's nose is real. It's his real fucking nose. But then, someone explained it to me because I'm stupid. And I was like, oh yeah, he has the chop fruit, so anything can come off his body. Which is weird. I don't think we've ever seen him without his trademark nose. And he could easily go, what? What's up? What nose? What are you talking about? I'm just noseless. I'm a noseless man. That's a possibility. Maybe it would just freak people out, right? So, after the cover, which again, tired of it. I am ready for a cover story. No more of these reader requests. They're fine, they're fun, but let's get ourselves a cover story started. Oda, come on, we're running out of time here. So, we're right back where we left off in chapter 1094. Fucking Saturn is kicking ass, and exactly what I said. Kizaru is out for the count. Yes, he got knocked out by the Dawn Star Gun, whatever you want to call it. Luffy punched his lights out. And he's still conscious, but barely. And he's sitting there going, oh man. Oh, Saint Saturn, I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna need a fucking cup of a coffee and some orange juice. Maybe some orange peel, something to get an ibuprofen, something. I need something because this migraine. And you got to think, I'm calling it this way. Kizaru and Luffy tied. That's what I'm saying. The only asterisk is Kizaru came in after having a fight with fuckface Sentomaru. Yeah, so he did have a little bit of a duel there before, but Luffy fought the Seraphim, multiple, and we didn't even get to see that entire fight, so we don't know what kind of shit he put himself through. I assume he didn't even go to Gear 5, so he saved it for something bigger, I hope. And then he also, before that, took on Lucci in Gear 5, so he wasn't at 100%, but technically neither was Kizaru. I would say Luffy was probably at 75 to 80% power. And I would say Kizaru is anywhere from 85 to 90% power. These two went at it, and it was a double knockout, people. I called it a draw. And I love that because it tells me that the admirals, at least Kizaru for sure, is about at Luffy's level right now. But Luffy's just going to perfect Gear 5 and go beyond, I'm sure. Then we got Saturn there. We got Saturn. Yeah. He's taking out people like Frankie, taking out people like Sanji. Sanji tries to step up and save Bonnie, and he gets knocked right back by the same attack that blew up that Navy man's head last week. Whoa. But at least he's still standing. At least he's still conscious, and he's using some kind of demonic energy to keep everybody down. He almost steps on our guy Luffy, but luckily Frankie uses his strong right to grab him and pull him out of the way. Yeah, and he even laughs. He's like, oh yeah, you're telling me that my captain is so super that the leader of the government, you yourself, the gods of the world are here to take him in? Yeah, that's awesome, Luffy. You rule. Getting famous, bro. Then, he pulls Bonnie off his chest and all that stuff, and the blood starts to disappear, so he's got some kind of healing factor. So, we're going to have to figure out how to beat demons. Oh yeah, it's going to be weird. Weird as all heck. How do you beat a demon? An Oni? A creature from hell? Ushi something, whatever. There's a lot of predictions flying around, and I don't want to make too many, but this fucking Saturn is a monster, and I can only imagine if this is just the tip of the Gorosei transformation iceberg, we are in for it. But before, the Navy can even shoot Bonnie, which is in his hand, he's like, if I wanted to dodge, I would have dodged, just so you guys all know. If I didn't want to get stabbed, I would have moved, or I would have stopped her. Yeah, because I'm badass. We go into a bit of a flashback. It makes me sad that we didn't get to see any more Zoro versus Lucci, and I'm starting to feel like that's just not going to happen. I feel like Zoro versus Lucci's might be an anime-only thing. It's in the background. We're not going to see much of it, and that makes me sad, because that is a dream battle that I've been waiting to see. But it's okay, because we are going into the God Valley flashback, and in this God Valley flashback, first we start off with Kuma's history, which kind of leads into it. Kuma was born a member of a secret race, a forgotten, deceased race called the Buccaneer tribe or some shit. They're like half something. They're half giant, or they have giant blood within them. So it's some kind of human giant hybrid. That's what I got from that. But we see how big Kuma gets born, but the government finds out that he's a buccaneer and his dad's a buccaneer, so they take him, his mom, and his dad, and they make them into slaves, and it's super sad. It's one of the saddest things I've seen in a long time in One Piece. We've been kind of on a goof train for a minute, and it just, Oda just slapping us back down and saying, don't forget, this is also a very sad manga sometimes. His mom dies of probably being overworked or just getting beat to death by the celestial dragons, and then Kuma's dad is trying to explain to his son, it's all good, we got Nika, and he starts doing the Nika drum dance, and he's like, it's all good, the Nika's gonna save us someday, son, don't worry, we're all good, just be happy. No! Then their celestial dragon owner comes in and shoots him in the face. Super sad. There's blood that squirts on Kuma, and he's crying. He's like, my mom's dead, and my dad's dead. This is the worst. We jump forward in the time skip a bit, like 8 years. Kuma has been chosen as a bad slave, and they're having some kind of crazy competition to hunt slaves and the indigenous people of God Valley, because they have the gall to call themselves God Valley, even though there's the Celestial Dragons and Miroja. We get to see Shanks' dad. I cannot remember his stupid name. Garling? Yeah, something Garling to do with the moon hair, but he's young here. He's a handsome young man. And, it's just rumor that he's Shanks' dad, or he's some relation to Shanks' boy. He kills the king and queen of God Valley. It's interesting. He's a cocky son of a bitch. He's a rich, strong... I'm thinking... What if this Garling guy, what if he was the original or the prior greatest swordsman before Mihawk took his throne? What if we get to see Mihawk in this flashback? Good chances. What if Mihawk is from God Valley? Boom. That's right. What if Mihawk is from God Valley and his whole people get eradicated by people like Garling, especially people like Garling? Maybe the king and queen of God Valley was Mihawk's parents. And he saw this dude Garling come up with a sword and just cut them down while he's hiding out somewhere. Maybe they hid Mihawk. Mihawk, a young little boy, he's like, this swordsman took him down. And then down the line, we're going to find out that Mihawk eventually squared up against this Garling guy and put him in his place and became the new greatest swordsman of all time. Oh, theory! So we see all that happening. We see that Kuma is the grand prize because he's like one of the last Buccaneers ever. Also, theory, Whitebeard is a Buccaneer because he's a huge son of a bitch. He's part giant for sure. I've been saying it for years. Yeah, Kuma ran away and he's like, what's the point? You know, I'm like 10 years old, but I'm pretty fucking big. And then all these other slaves are dragging him back and kicking him like in that flashback that Bonnie got to see. But luckily, before they can drag him back, it's like, they're going to kill us if we don't bring you back to this competition. You understand that, Kuma? But before they can beat him up and take him back, Ivankov shows up. Yes! A young Ivankov with the same old smile. And it looks awesome. I love young Ivankov. We got Ivankov and his sister, Gini, who is more than likely Bonnie's mom. But I'm also thinking, theory, Bonnie might have been adopted or someone else's kid, and Kuma just took on the role as a father figure down the line. But Gini could also be Luffy's mom, and the options are endless. And that's where the chapter ends. What the fuck, Oda? Because there's so much more that you could show us. I cannot wait till next chapter. I really cannot. Because I have a feeling we're going to see Garp. We're going to see the Rocks pirates here. We're going to have Shiki people. Shiki's back. Yes, Shiki's definitely going to be there with the Rocks pirates. We're going to possibly see a little bit of a scuffle between the Rocks and Garp and Gold Roger. Rayleigh's going to be there. I can feel it. It's happening. I'm so excited. We're going to see a young dragon there. Monkey D. Dragon's going to be there, and he's probably going to meet his future wife there, who might be a slave or might be a noble. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling he's going to see the shit that's going on this island where they're just destroying the people of this island just because they refuse to bow down to the celestial dragons. No. This starts the revolution. This sparks so much. It's going to spark. If my theory is correct, and Mihawk is the son of the king and queen of God Valley, which makes total sense, and he's pissed. He's going to be there. It's going to spark him. We might even see all these young versions of characters we've been waiting to see and see all the connections. My biggest thing is the Rocks flashback. We also see some crazy chests in the background in this chapter, which are probably prizes. More than likely, there's a baby Shanks in there, maybe, possibly. More than likely, there's a devil fruit in there. Maybe there's devil fruits in there, and then someone takes one and puts baby Shanks in exchange. Maybe they're the best devil fruits in the world. At least the ones the governments have found. Maybe the earthquake fruit, the quake fruit that Whitebeard, who's part of the Rocks crew, needs, is going to get that. Maybe we're going to see some other big devil fruits in there. Maybe the gum fruits in there somewhere. I doubt it, actually, because the government really wants to keep that one a secret. But I could see the quake fruit being in there. I could see the soul fruit being in there, the soul pocus fruit thingy that Big Mom gets eventually. So many the float fruit that Shiki gets, unless he's already got it. I don't know. We're going to see Captain John. Oh, I cannot wait to see what Rocks looks like. There's going to be so many connecting threads in the next few chapters. It's going to be amazing. We thought that the flashbacks from the early part of Egghead Island were great and fantastic, and all the different fights we've seen so far, like Blackbeard versus Law and so forth, and Aokiji versus Garp, all these great things that have been happening. We thought those were great. No! This is going to be the tippity-toppity flashback of all freaking time. If we get to see all the things we've been waiting to see in this flashback, instead of doing all these individual flashbacks that I thought that Oda was going to eventually do to explain the things that we've been waiting to hear, he decided to do this, God Valley, and find a way to intertwine everybody. I almost guarantee we're going to see a young crocodile here. A baby crocodile. Maybe we're going to see crocodile change genders with Ivankov. Who knows? What if Guinea's crocodile? Oh, shit, son. Things are happening. Things are fucking floating right now. I'm floating on air because of how great this chapter is. Chapter 1095 is the beginning of greatness. We are so close to 1100, I can taste it. And that's probably where we're going to end this year, and I am so excited. I think Oda's got some really big things planned for 2024, probably into 2025, maybe 2026 we call it a Disney, or we go all the way to 2027, 30 years of One Piece. Yes! Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this review of Chapter 1095. What did you think? What did I miss? What do you think of my Mihawk theory? Tell me, people. This is more Fanime. Don't forget to comment down below. I'll talk to you later.